Howdy, howdy, howdy. It is Santy, and this here is kind of a recap of from the beginning to the from the beginning, from where we had started with absolutely nothing except for the money we did on a few jobs, to the point we were at getting the pretty much the truck or our vehicle running in the junkyard only challenge. If you like this type of content, like it, subscribe, and comment down below if there's anything specific you'd like to see. But for now, let's get into this. And just ahead of time, I apologize if the video quality is just a little bad. But it seems like as though unless I want to be spending money on something that I'm not going to use, then this is probably basically be the best way of me doing this. So without further ado, let's get into the video, shall we? We had just started out 64,920, and that was from, I think it was from us selling all our crates and stuff that we actually ended up getting on jobs. And then on top of that, we had all the money from where we did vehicles and stuff. But once you run through, do a few customer jobs, and you actually are able to unlock the garage, or the not the garage. When you go through and you're actually able to unlock the junkyard, you can pretty much just start throwing your money into it, and pretty much just be, spending money on just stuff from the junkyard. How much is this horse going to stutter? Anyways, yes, a horse rambling around, and then he's just deciding on clicking on the junkyard. Clicking on the junkyard. Where are you going? Ah, finally, the junkyard. And this is back when I was just starting. So, quite literally, when I only had maybe a few subscribers. This is back when I was just starting, with maybe with just a few subscribers. And I'm pretty sure I knew every subscriber in live, in IRL. So, why are you wanting to return so early? Don't return so early. My throat is dry. My apologies. So slow with the mouse. Although I think I am that slow anyways. And I think at the time the audio was so horrid. Actually, you know what? As in, it was very, very ultra loud. It is so loud. So I decided, even if it was just a couple of thousand in parts, I was just going to do, fix the audio issue. So I'd go back in, I'd load it up again, I'd fix the audio, and let's go back to the junkyard one more time. But yes, I pretty much start out with this junkyard only challenge. And basically what you do is you go through the junkyard, you collect every single piece. I mean every single piece. And to be honest with you, I really don't know how many times I've actually went to the junkyard. So this would be like the second time I went to the junkyard. So I went ahead and I skipped ahead a whole lot because it's all boring. So pretty much the closest to the last little bit we had of collecting all these parts. And one thing you'll notice I'll do in these videos is I'll be doing a lot of cutting, so I might be my head moving like crazy. But main reason is I don't want to bore you too much on these. I'm going to try to keep it kind of shortened, very shortened. If you want to see the whole full process, I want to leave the lives up. But let's just go ahead. We got $47,658 or credits worth on just that first run. So the very first true run was 47,000. But the process, that's like nearly a 15-minute process, I would say, to go through every single bit of that. I mean, crazy process. So go back in, I'll check my inventory. And then I think from here, I left the whole video mute. But from here, I think I was explaining the whole thing about the whole too much inventory because there's so many parts. It's going to tell you, hey, there's slower load times. Yeah, slower long times. And then I think this is where we start to build the motor for ZZ Top. We just don't know it yet. Ah, yes. V8 one carb overhead valve. So the first part we ever added was the ignition coil. Oh yeah, just slap that puppy in there. It's ready to go. Absolutely ready to go. We'll just leave that ignition coil like magically hovering up in the air. And I kind of wonder how many runs from here we actually do in this. There's going to be some videos that are long. There's going to be some videos that are short because it's a mix between which I mean, you got to kind of take in perspective. When I was recording these are usually after work. I'm halfway asleep, and right now this is a Sunday, and I feel slightly sick. But this is within the mix of halfway asleep and just figuring, just playing a game, just enjoying a game. So I'm in the motion of not really caring. Ooh, right off the bat, I had good piston rings. That's actually interesting. I I didn't notice that. I hope I don't sell those. So you don't just go ahead and put up. I'm not even listening to myself. Okay, so I do put these up. All right, so we do put those parts up. Control arm. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. And do we sell the rest? And yeah, we do sell the rest. Okay, cool. I'm gonna go ahead and go right back to the junkyard. I'm gonna go ahead and let this spam through all this boring stuff of just watching him click, so you don't have to. But if you do want to, like I said again, go ahead and check out the live streams. And it looks like that is it, and we make 45,200 worth of junkyard parts on this run. And I noticed that I think I noticed that there was no discount, so this is before the discount. I kind of wonder with the discount what it would end up giving us if it does give us a discount. Alrighty, so we make it back and we still don't have an engine block. And let's see what else we find here. I think we end up getting a piston. I seen a piston, I seen a push rod. What do I keep? Do I keep the push rod? That's one thing. Okay, yeah. Got ourselves a rocker. Also got ourselves a engine head for a V8 overhead valve. Gotten one piston with Concord. Or Conrod. Silly me. We picked up an alternator. And that looks like about, oh, did I go back in? Ah, yes, I forgot the battery. Forgot the battery. Looks like I go in and I sell my parts up to, okay, 75%. I guess I didn't decide on that 79 just yet. And I already see one part that I should save. Do I save it is the question. So yes, I go back and I put up the ignition distributor rotor and I sell the rest. And it looks like we're just going to go right back over to the junkyard again and run this back through. Alright, well, let me go ahead and I'll skip ahead and I'll see you right when we start doing the buying of the parts, going through them again. Seems as though I sit here and I try loading up the thing and it just freezes. Freezes. I mean, absolutely freezes. Yeah, I had to be dramatic for like a second. Maybe it's content I save. Maybe it's not content I save. Maybe I sit here and talk about if it's going to be content I save or not. And I don't even use it. Or I do use it and I look like a complete moron. Anyways. Anywho's. Yeah. Yeah. Why do you keep freezing? Okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna, I guess I'm gonna sit here for a minute until it just kind of loads itself. Oh, well, there you are. I was wondering when you was going to load. There you are. Ah, yes. Commentary. Commentary do you want? Commentary you don't want? I don't know. I'm just going to sit here and complain about it. I don't know if that's what I'm going to be known for, complaining about stuff I can't help. Although this very horrid frame digital looking stuff is it's Horse not happy with it. Horse is not happy with it. Okay, let's just let's just continue with this. And we are at 47,260 on this run. I think this is like the fourth run we've done so far. We had 3 good runs, and that's like 1,320 at the beginning. Yeah. So run 4. Unless I miscount, then I'll calculate it later. I probably won't sit here and try to keep up with every single run because that's just going to be a headache and a lot to deal with. So when we go into it, when we actually build the truck, I'll go back and I'll go through every single one painstakingly every single time I go to the garage. And I'll write that down. I'll write it down. Now I'll keep up with it then. And then I'll be like, hey, this is what we did. This is what we managed. Be pretty good. So I'm looking to see if we got any pistons. Managed to get piston rings. It looks like that's good. That's good. Ignition. Ignition wires for a V8. Okay, we found a cam shaft, and we also found a couple spark plugs, which is going to be needed definitely. And we keep selling the parts to from 75% and lower. So we get rid of all those. And we keep the C10 rear camshell B that we end up finding within those parts that were good. We go ahead and we sell the rest of the parts. And we end up with I think a small bit of profit. Haven't been even paying attention, being honest. Just keeping up with the junkyard runs. Alright, well, let's go ahead and do another skip unless we get frozen. And I go and stop it at 6,157, was it? That felt like a short trip. Okay, I wonder why I did that. And I went ahead and sold all my parts. I think I'd done that by accident. I think what the situation was. So, I guess let's run through this again, shall we? I think I was kind of skipping around trying to find the vehicle. I don't know. I'm not listening to my audio, so I'm just kind of skimming through, just mainly picking up when we actually find the parts and pieces. So yeah, that's probably what I'm doing. I'm just trying to look for the vehicle we're trying to get. Hang on. Wait a minute. I think we're right now at this very second looking at ZZ Top before ZZ Top was ZZ Top. I think that was ZZ Top. So, wow. I'm sitting here kind of thinking about this. It's like way it looks now compared to back then. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy to think. So yeah, we just kind of bought a few parts here and there, and we come right back, and yeah, we bought ZZ Top for $9,070. That is insane. Man, what? That's crazy. Let's see, look at that truck like before and after. That's crazy. So we go ahead and we clean up the last little bit that we're getting of parts. And we leave out with $26,374 or credits worth of parts. Also, getting the truck that we use for this challenge, ZZ Top. And this is what we started with. It is so interesting to see this, like, firsthand, what this looked like at the very beginning. Just wow. Just wow. And we did actually manage to kind of complete the front end with like the hood and the fender, just to make it kind of look a little more solid. And this is where we start with the engine block. And it's also kind of interesting to see that, you know, to kind of know where this engine block is going to go. Like we end up taking this motor block, we pull it out like later on because we actually end up completely repairing an engine block to 100%, and we strip the motor completely down. We rebuild it right back up. So kind of seeing this, like we already know where this is going to go. This block ends up getting ripped out. We 100% repair it. And this motor block actually manages to go into the 58 Chevy Apache that we get later on, which I don't know when I got that wild hair up my rectum, but that's going to be probably a couple of scenes from here. But it's still crazy to kind of go back and actually look at this. Like, wow. I didn't really think I would get too much stuff from these older videos, but this is actually quite wild to see. I can't wait to kind of skip through a little bit more and try to get into seeing this thing get put together. So, do I end up? I think I end up moving it over to the car lift and removing the engine from it. I believe. That's yeah. So we go ahead and we take the motor out on this thing, and I'll bet you how much you want to bet that I end up forgetting it needs to be unbolted. I told you. I told you. I told you. That's yeah. That's like me. uh, that's I just had to do myself that way. Ah, man. All right, past my stupidity, I end up removing the. Oh yeah, I think I go in for the exhaust pipes too, just to make sure. Make sure. Let's not forget those. And then we're going to go ahead and see about removing the motor. You might want to lay the truck down a little bit, buddy. Yeah, there you go. There it goes. Yes, yes. Go ahead, and remove that motor. Can you get okay? There you go. There you go. And yeah, and that was the beginning of the shop truck for the junkyard only challenge. The first running truck we have. Wow. And it looks like I actually do end up swapping over to Legends of Equestria because this is a double live stream between Car Mechanic Simulator and Legends. If you like this type of content, like and subscribe. And if there's anything specific you'd like to see, leave a comment down below. For this video that you did watch, there was a live stream. Again, like for the 30th to 50th thousandth time I said it. I'll leave that down in the description down below if you would actually like to see it live. At the time it was live. I mean, it's not live right now. Anyways, as always, buddies, I hope you have a blessed one, and I'll see you next time. Take care of yourselves out there, and Christ is King.